Hello and welcome back to Wealthy Business, the channel where finance meets global strategy, and where we help you navigate complex world events to make smarter decisions for your wealth, your business, and your future. Today's topic, the U.S. ultimatum to Iran and what it means for the global economy. We are witnessing a moment of extraordinary tension on the world stage. President Donald Trump has issued what he's calling the ultimate ultimatum to Iran. And make no mistake, this is a turning point that could reshape not only the Middle East but also global financial markets in a profound way. Let's break it down step by step so you can understand what's happening, what's at stake, and what it means for investors, businesses, and economies worldwide. The ultimatum and the threat of war. So, what exactly has happened? President Trump announced that he's given Iran an ultimatum for unconditional surrender. He's openly threatened Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, calling him an easy target, and claimed the U.S. has the capacity to take him out. Although, as Trump said, not for now. He's made it crystal clear. If Iran refuses to back down, the option of a direct U.S. military strike is very much on the table. In fact, Trump himself said, "I may do it, I may not do it, nobody knows what I'm going to do. Iran's got a lot of trouble and they want to negotiate." And alongside this, the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem is already preparing evacuation flights and cruise ship departures for Americans who want to leave Israel, a sign of just how serious and immediate this threat has become. How did we get here? A quick recap of events. Tensions have been boiling ever since Israel launched preemptive strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities and military sites just days ago. Since then, Iran and Israel have been trading missile fire, and now the U.S., historically a close ally of Israel, appears to be edging closer to direct involvement. Trump claims Iran reached out offering to send a delegation to the White House, but Tehran fired back immediately, denying this and accusing the U.S. of fabricating the story. Iran's message? Any American military entry will undoubtedly be met with irreparable damage. They will face harm that they cannot recover from. What would a U.S. strike look like? If President Trump orders a strike, the most likely target is Iran's highly fortified nuclear sites, particularly the Fordow facility, buried 300 feet under a mountain and protected by layers of concrete. Only one weapon in the U.S. arsenal can even attempt to penetrate it: the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, the so-called bunker buster. And that would probably not be enough on its own. Experts say a full operation could require repeated bombings and even ground forces to fully neutralize Iran's nuclear capability. What are the risks of escalation? Here's where things get even more dangerous. If the U.S. attacks Iran, the risk is not just damage to Iranian facilities. Iran could retaliate against U.S. bases, embassies, and assets across the Middle East. Regional allies could be drawn in. Think Iraq, Saudi Arabia, the UAE. Oil routes like the Strait of Hormuz could be disrupted, impacting global energy supplies. And as Gregory Brew from Eurasia Group puts it, if the U.S. gets drawn into this, we could see a protracted conflict, not just a single operation. How are markets reacting? Markets are on edge. Oil prices are climbing as traders price in supply risks. Gold and other safe haven assets are gaining as investors seek shelter from geopolitical uncertainty. Equities are volatile, with traders watching every headline for signs of escalation or de-escalation. If the situation worsens, we could see oil shooting past $100 a barrel, sharp corrections in stock markets, a rush into defensive sectors and commodities. What should investors and businesses do now? So, what can we learn from this as investors, entrepreneurs, and global citizens? Diversify your portfolio. Don't be overexposed to sectors that are vulnerable to oil shocks. Watch energy stocks, gold, and volatility indices for trading opportunities. Stay informed. In moments like this, timely information is everything. Final thoughts. War or diplomacy? President Trump says the patience of the U.S. is wearing thin. Iran says it will not surrender. The coming days will tell us whether we are heading toward diplomacy or a conflict that could define the next decade of global affairs. What do you think will happen? Will cooler heads prevail, or is the world on the brink of a wider war? Comment below. I want to hear your perspective. And if you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next critical update from Wealthy Business. Until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay informed.